James with Phoenix Home Services, and today we are looking at a retaining wall and a concrete patio area that has failed. You see the big wall behind the house there? We had some major drainage issues here, so that's one of the things we had to address when we were putting this project together. Now, this wall basically has failed because common building practices call for a footing, reinforcement bar, concrete cell-filled walls, and in this case, they had none of it. As you look down the wall here, you see it's just hollow block, no rebar, no concrete, and once we excavated below, there was no footing as well. That's why this thing has failed. The concrete slab had no gravel below it, no expansion joints cut in, and what happened was the slab cracked in the exact location where we would have had expansion joints. So this shows you put your joints in, you prep your base, your concrete patio will last forever. Now in terms of the footing system, we've excavated out, and as you see, as the wall gets taller, the footing gets wider. You'll also see that the reinforcement bar kicks up to a number 5 rebar there, 12 inches on center. But down in the lower locations, as you'll see here in the video, we have number 4 rebar, which is 32 inches on center. So basically, the more rebar, the closer it is together, the taller and stronger the wall. Also, the footing steps out inside accordingly. Now, you'll see here the footing poured. Looks very, very professional. Very nice job. All the rebar in place, and we're ready for the block. When you set the block in top, simple construction, block and mortar. Master masons come in here and they're doing this part of the project. And you can see that the block wall has that rebar sticking out, and then we're going to come back and fill it with concrete, and that makes the wall, the footing, the rebar, the block, everything one solid unit. Now, an aesthetically pleasing feature is to actually veneer the block in stone. Now, this is a second generation Mexican mason team. These are the Guerrero brothers. The old dad there, Santos, started working with us back in the 80s, and now his sons are old enough to work. But now you can see they've come through. They're doing all the joints. Everything's dry set right now, and then they come through with, looks like they're icing a cake, and they put their mortar in there and finish off the stone. That way you have a fully mortared in wall, and it looks beautiful, but it also holds up to the elements and will last for a long time and look beautiful forever. Now on the back side of the wall, there's a drainage system required. This is the lower level drainage system that is going to help with hydrostatic pressure that goes against the wall. There's weep holes cut on the other side. You'll lay in gravel. You'll put that landscaping fabric there on top. And we've made the work a little shorter here by using a bobcat. Whenever we can use equipment, it can make the project move faster and be more cost effective because we can move the materials in a timely manner. We have about 20 tons of gravel in there. We've excavated down for the base of the patio, approximately 12 inches. So we're going to have 4 to 6 inches of gravel, 4 to 6 inches of concrete, and a properly prepped base. Again, making good use of equipment. Instead of using a pump truck or some Georgia buggies, we decided the most cost-effective, efficient way was to bring the concrete up in the Bobcat. 3 wheelbarrows waiting there to accept it. Now this is Paulo's crew. These are another second-generation team. Paulo's old man's been pouring concrete since the 70s, and now Paulo's old enough to be running his own crew. So these are second-generation Portuguese masons putting this concrete down. Now, as you see, they're floating it out, getting the concrete finished right, and us at Phoenix, we know that good jobs require good workers, and that's why we pay the money to have these top installers on site. Now, taking a look at this final broom finish, all the expansion joints, man, does that concrete look good. Sidewalk going down the left side, finished stonework on the back, chocolate gray wall stone, Pennsylvania wall stone caps. Closer look there at the stonework. Here's the side walkway. Really looks good. Look at that concrete work. If you can find a better concrete guy, let me know. You can get kind of an overview of the top of the project here. You'll see that there was a lot of disturbance to the soil. We came back, put sod throughout, but one of the main things was the drainage. They had major drainage problems. That drain you see there ties into the storm drain. The center drains there in the patio all collect all the water from the patio. It runs down, ties into that drain. The drainage for the house, the gutter system, ties into our drainage system. We put a dry riverbed to catch all that water coming down the hill, goes into that riverbed, stays out of our planter bed that we put in, goes into a drain box there, and then goes down to the street. The water was a major, major issue on this project. We have all the landscaping put in place. Looks really, really good. We selected all plants that are going to grow out, and it actually having a planter bed there negates having to have railing. So it's a nice way to bring a project together, make it look beautiful, and not have to have unsightly railing on a project. So it really looks good now that we've got all the backfill and sod in place. There's another picture of that stoop. We veneered that in stone. That was brick before, and that ties everything together. And then one final view here.